morning, friends. Good morning. How's everybody today? It is a lovely day, right? Wherever you are. Um, Hello, Echo and Amber. Good to see y'all. Betty Dan Boop, of course. Betty loves that song. I played that just for you, Betty. I can send you that song in a little file, or you can just click on just from, earmark, download, or whatever one of my lives where I play it, and then you'll have it right there handy. So yeah, Betty, thanks for being here. And Ginger, I'm reading this comment, and we need to talk because I've had 2 level fusion, spinal fusion. We need to talk. Not that I'm an expert, other than my own experience. So let's chat about that. That's not good. Hey, Kerm the Frog. Hey, Chloe Joe. It is pretty. Okay, guys, we are going to get right into it. I've got some meteorite stories, like, woo, look at them coming at me. And then we've also got, well, first we're going to start with a couple of lawsuits, and then we're going to go on a little field trip. And yeah, it's the first time we've been on a field trip on the morning show since I've vamped this little morning show. I have taken y'all on field trips, but some of y'all might not have been with me then. But this is our first field trip. I mean, I've taken y'all on field trips where we actually went places on foot, but today's just going to be a, hey, Salmonella. Yeah. Is it the same as believing in science? Yeah, I'm going to prove that dinosaurs are real later. Hey, Shalima, good to see you. So let's just talk about this first thing here. Did y'all know that 38, let me make sure I got the number right, 33 states have filed in federal court that Meta Platforms, which owns a lot, they own Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat. Let me see if it says on here. I knew this when I was looking at this yesterday. But what they're saying is that kids and teenagers are suffering from record levels of poor mental health, and social media companies like Meta are to blame. And the thing with Meta is they're just so big. It's I don't know if they're considered a monopoly because, sometimes they'll break up companies because they're just too big. And then Meta came back and said the Attorney General's commitment to providing teens with safe, positive experience online and have already introduced over 30 tools to support teens and families. They are saying that Meta is collecting data on children. A lawsuit filed by 33 states in federal court claims that Meta routinely collects data on children under 13 without their parents' consent. And there's nothing to keep a child from getting on, like YouTube is, they've got the kids thing, and then they've also got, you're supposed to be 17 or something. There's nothing to keep them out. And actually, the governor of Arkansas made a court ruling. They went to the legislature, I think. There was something made in Arkansas, but it's been paused. And that was that these companies have to, anytime somebody new comes on, and it doesn't include YouTube, but anytime somebody goes on a new social media account, they have to prove their age with an ID. Well, I don't really want to give a company my ID, and I'm of age, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. But this suit is rather a pretty big deal. And let me oh, I thought I had a I thought there was a video with this. Let me see. I had a video. There was a little video in here. This is from the Associated Press. I mean, this is not a non-disputable news. But I don't see that. I don't see the video I had. So let me see what y'all are saying. Let me make sure I'm not getting. Yeah, we're gonna watch The Land Before Time. Exactly. Hey, Craftastic, good to see you. Ginger, L5 to L3. Yeah, I've had it. I've had 3 surgeries on my back, but 2 that had to do with the fusion. Snooping on your baby girls, that's my job. Oh, wow. Well, yeah, let's talk. Let's all talk. We can have a little powwow about that. So anyway, that's what's going on with Meta. This is going to be a big deal. We will watch this as it plays out. But they're saying that kids and teenagers are suffering from record levels of poor mental health, and social media companies like Meta are to blame. And Meta has profited from children's pain by intentionally, this is what the New York Attorney General said. Meta has profited from children's pain by intentionally designing its platforms with manipulative features that make children addicted to their platforms while lowering their self-esteem. So help me keep an eye on that. We're going to follow up with that in another time because we've got a lot to do today. And so we are going to move on to this other lawsuit because that's just, I mean, we all know how social media affects us as adults. And I just don't even know what to say about children who are exposed to so much online that we didn't have when we were, well, some of us older people never had. Okay, this is about, let me get that over here. I'll just share it with y'all while I'm reading this. And this one, we do have a video with this. Hey, Tweety, good to see you. Let me share this with y'all because we're gonna look at this article real quick, and then we're gonna play the video because Panera Bread's got some kind of fancy lemonade that's got so much caffeine in it. This girl right here was trying to, was being very careful because she has some kind of heart thing. 21-year-old Ivy League student died after she drank this Panera lemonade that's got it's like 3 Red Bulls that she drank. She had a large size of this Red Bull. Now, I don't know about y'all, but like I can't handle that much caffeine, especially if you're trying to limit yourself to caffeine because you know you can't have it. And if you're not used to it, it's like with anything. It's like the reason why a drug addict will pass away after they've been clean and relapse because they don't have that tolerance built up. We build up tolerances to things and medications, and caffeine is a drug. It's a drug. And so, I can't imagine 3 times the amount or 3 cans of Red Bull. So she died last year. She suffered a cardiac arrest hours after purchasing the lemony beverage. She has a heart condition called long QT syndrome type 1, which is a disorder where heartbeats can be fast and chaotic. And she has avoided energy drinks. And this says, I guarantee if Sarah had known how much caffeine was in this, she would never have touched it with a 10-foot pole. Isn't that sad? Panera, it's got 390 milligrams of caffeine. And a Red Bull has 111. So 390, that's more than 3 times. According to the complaint, Katz consumed the Panera charged lemonade reasonably confident it was a traditional lemonade or an electrolyte sports drink containing a reasonable amount of caffeine safe for her to drink. Well, hey, Brandy, Shalima. I don't know about that, Salma. I had an orthopedic surgeon, and he's a very, very good doctor. But let's talk about that. Let's all talk about that. Yeah. Okay. So, she was dining with friends, and here's the thing: if you ever go to Panera, it's not somewhere that I go, but it says it's charged lemonade, and she had this mango. I think she had the mango citrus, or maybe I just thought that because it's called lemonade. I guess they're all lemonade. Yes, it is a rough way to speed. It is, and especially if you're not used to it, and obviously, no. And so, everybody knows how Red Bull is, it's really hard on your body. Let's see what Panera Bread has to say about it, because they're going to, of course, they're going to have some problems with it. All right. Yeah, I've already got y'all up there. Let me know if you can't hear this, because I think I hit if you're here, if you're watching and you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. And also, would y'all please hit the like button while you're here, while you're thinking about it? And also, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Let's start this. Well, I guess I'd have to turn the volume on myself.
Lawsuit claims that their daughter, Sarah Katz, died hours after drinking the company's heavily caffeinated charged lemonade.
Yeah, according to the lawsuit, Katz suffered from an underlying heart condition. She avoided caffeine. The lawsuit accuses Panera of not being transparent about the ingredients in this popular drink. NBC News correspondent Noah Pransky joins us now. So Noah, this is not the first time concerns have been raised about this supercharged lemonade. Tell us more about what exactly is in it and why it's so controversial.
So this lawsuit basically says that there isn't enough disclosure when it comes to what is in the beverage. Now, you don't see a list of ingredients, but it is listed as a plant-based, clean, caffeinated powered drink. So the family that is suing is saying that isn't enough for someone like their daughter who was trying to avoid caffeinated products and needed to know what was in it. Let me show you what is in it. A large 30 ounces, up to 525 calories, most of that coming from the added sugar.
Not to count. Look, and the other thing is, like, I can't. The last time I had a snow cone, I was shaking so hard because of the blood sugar spike, and I was once diagnosed as hypoglycemic or borderline hypoglycemic. I was almost hypoglycemic, but that amount of sugar right there would put me into the shakes for sure. I would never, ever, ever drink a sugary drink again. And that was been years ago. I just won't. It made me feel so bad. Yeah, the charged mango does sound good. I haven't heard from her. I mean, I haven't seen her. I don't know when the last time was.
123 grams, that's 30 teaspoons of sugar in a single cup. But the big number here, the caffeine, 390 milligrams of caffeine in that one beverage. That's the same equivalent of 4 cups of coffee. Or
4 cups of coffee, 30 to 40 milligrams.
Or 10 cans of Coke. So
10 cans of Coke, 10 cans of Coke as far as the caffeine. Or 4 cups of coffee.
It is a lot. And the family says not enough disclosure for someone like their daughter who just needed to know these things in bigger words, bigger warnings.
Wow. Have we heard any response from Panera yet about the lawsuit?
Yeah, so they said yesterday, they told us, we were very saddened to learn this morning about the tragic passing of Sarah Katz, and our hearts go out to her family. At Panera, we strongly believe in transparency around our ingredients, and we will work quickly to thoroughly investigate this matter. But you take a look at the bigger picture here, and Panera is not really alone. It's selling caffeinated beverages or products that you might not realize are caffeinated. We're seeing caffeinated seltzers, gums, candy, caffeinated marshmallows, caffeinated snack bars, even caffeinated maple syrup.
Have y'all heard of all these? Like, I didn't know there was I didn't know there was caffeinated. Well, seltzer, I don't know. I mean, you think of a clear seltzer is not going to have caffeine like Sprite, or tonic water, things like that. Candy has caffeine. I mean, I guess they're putting marshmallows. What's the deal with that? Snack bars, I can see that. And maple syrup. Why are they adding caffeine to stuff? That's just crazy. And it's dangerous. So it's dangerous for somebody to go to a restaurant if they have a medical condition where they're limiting things like, I mean, it's dangerous to go have a product that's called, you know, whatever, like bombshell lemonade. You're going to expect that there's something in that lemonade that's given it that name. Yeah, I didn't know. Well, I do know that foods are wired, or they're developed, very much developed, to make you eat more, like Lay's potato chips and cereal and all that stuff. It's exactly, Betty Dan Boop. It's no wonder that Ozempic and those other weight loss drugs are doing so well, because people are used to eating a lot of junk food, and apparently it makes you not want to do that anymore if you're not throwing up and pooping in your pants. But I've been hearing some terrible things about, y'all know me. I've been telling y'all about Ozempic and stuff. There's side effects that they don't tell everybody. They're not telling you how bad it is. And it's not that way for everybody. And a lot of people are losing weight on these medications. So, but we don't know what's going to happen in the long run. And then when you stop taking them, all kinds of stuff happens. So I don't know it, but who knew they put all this stuff in food and candy?
Syrup these days.
Whoa.
So guys, the FDA does require products to list their ingredients, but not how much caffeine is in it. And they also do warn, if you are not a healthy adult, you really need to be careful about your caffeine intake.
I mean, even if you are, you might not know that. And you're eating this and not realizing how much caffeine you're consuming.
Well, and kids are buying those energy drinks that
Not
are
marshmallows.
and marshmallows.
And kids and adolescents especially, the 400 milligram limit that the FDA lists, kids and adolescents really got to stay low that.
Absolutely. Noah Pransky, thank you so much, Noah, for breaking that down for us.
You just never know anymore. You just don't know.
Morgan in Gaza, 12.
You just don't know. Excuse me. Okay. So anybody have anything to say about all that? That to me is just, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Now, if you, another thing is, sometimes people do not know they have a heart condition, that something like drinking 4 cups of coffee all of a sudden would make you, your heartbeat rapidly increase, just like crazy, and make you go into some kind of thing that would take your life. I mean, you don't always know. I mean, remember that football player last year? He's a pro, and he fell out on the field, and they took them 10 minutes to resuscitate him. They called the whole game off because it was so scary. And he's back on the field this season. So, but he was in shape and didn't know. You have kids who die on football fields because of the heat, who didn't know. And so if you don't know you have a problem, then you don't know to avoid this stuff. But you got to you have to take care of yourself. Like I'm always telling y'all, take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself. And when you go in a restaurant like that, you don't see the ingredients on the food. You don't see all that. And Betty Dan Boop is exactly right, because as you age and you lose your ability to see, like some of us do, like a lot of us do, especially around 50, you start losing, or 40 to 50, I don't remember. You can't see, you see people buying reading glasses and everything. You can't read on these packages. I can't anymore with my glasses on, and I'm 20/20 with my glasses. So, you're going, so you have to take a picture of it and blow the picture up to try to see what's in it, or what, the instructions are. Yes, it would be Flame. It would be common sense for anybody who's watching their caffeine. But here's the thing. She wasn't drinking coffee. She was drinking a lemon drink. I mean, I guess she didn't realize that it had caffeine. But most people, the 4 cups of caffeine was just explaining how much caffeine, 4 cups of coffee, how much caffeine was in that lemonade. My hubby and kids are always drinking Monster. Oh, yes. All of those energy drinks are like that. It is. I mean, Betty, you're right. It's hard to read labels. It's hard, and if you're reading a food label, and the first, I'm sure y'all all know this, but the first item on any food label, on any label, is what is the most the biggest amount of a food source is the first ingredient. So if you're looking for a product that's got meat, say, and it's turkey, well, the turkey needs to be the first ingredient. And then as you're reading these ingredients all the way through, you see all these words you can't pronounce. That's food that's been modified and overly processed. And that's the stuff that we need to stay away from. He's already a metaproperol, whatever that means. Bonjour. Hey, Bones, what's up, girl? Good to see you. Let's see what else we got. Now, nobody who's got a heart condition is going to go drink and is watching their caffeine is going to go drink a bunch of coffee. They're trying not to drink coffee. It'd be like ordering decaffeinated, which still has a little bit of caffeine, and getting the full caffeinated, and you didn't know it because you ordered decaffeinated. I used to drink decaffeinated coffee sometimes at night. When I ordered it, what if they actually messed up and then I couldn't sleep all night? And I don't know how I am about my sleep. So I don't drink a lot of caffeine anymore, just because I don't. And I get a little bit in the morning, and that's pretty much it, unless it's in my food, like chocolate has caffeine. You might die if you stop drinking coffee. Well, please don't stop, Bones, because we don't want you to go anywhere. We want you around. We love you, and when we need you to be here. Yes, you would think, Kerm, you would think that lemonade, if you're ordering lemonade, I would not think that it had, but I wouldn't even think it had any caffeine. I would just, when it says charged, I would just think it meant, I would just think it meant like it's really good. I guess. It's scary what our children and grandchildren are buying or having at friends' houses. That's true, Betty Dan Boot. Yeah, Flame. I guess it's your 60s. I mean, I cut back a while back. That's a medication that slows down rapid. Oh, well, later today, Ginger, I will be making a short about a way that if you're having rapid heartbeat because of fight or flight, where you can slow that down, and you're going to be amazed. But I got to do that after this. I never knew lemonade had caffeine and white chocolate does. Well, lemonade doesn't have caffeine. They add caffeine to this. So lemons don't have caffeine, do they? I mean, am I wrong? Craftastic says, geez, yes, just keep doing what's right for you. No one wants nothing to happen to you. Yeah, we don't want anything to happen to you. Just a selling word change. Yeah, they're just I would think it was like really tasty. That's what I would think if I was in Panera, because you think of Panera as being kind of a healthier kind of food place. I don't know why. I think they want you to think that, right? I think they want us to think that. So I don't know I don't know what to tell people when I grew up in a different age, and I'm not one to go out and eat a lot or go to all these places and order stuff, but you don't know what in the hell is in your food anymore. And the best thing to do is not eat a bunch of processed food, because it gives you all kinds of problems. But we're at the halfway mark almost, and I just want to switch gears. We are going to talk about meteorites. The devil put dinosaurs in here. Yes, Grunge Truck, the devil did it. The devil did it. So I will follow up with that one as well as that. I'll keep watching that in the news. But here's the thing. What would you do, or what do you think? Somebody threatened somebody the other day. I think it was Scotty. Said something about a meteorite hitting someone's home. I wish a meteorite would hit your home, something like that. I don't really know. What are the odds of a meteor hitting your house? 1 in 3,921,900,000,000 wait. 1 in 3,921,910,000,000 64,328. That's 1 in nearly 4 trillion. But guess what happened? These people recently got hit with a meteorite. And I've got another one that happened right here in Arkansas. Let's look at this. All right, we got to share this over here. La 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 la. Oh, I just made a short about how I don't often sing. Well, I had that song stuck in my head from our intro while we're all getting notifications. Let's see. You ever heard that song? No, I have not heard that. Mrs. AD started growing her own veggies. Good song. I don't believe in dinosaurs or aliens. I do. And I don't have to believe in dinosaurs because we know they're here. We have our own chickens for eggs now. Wow, Bones. Maisie says, I have a stent put in 8 years ago and they brought me coffee in the CCU. No limits either. I was surprised. But they were stingy with salt. Amazing. Ginger says, my daughter took me to lunch at Panera after I was diagnosed with celiacs. Not the place to go when cutting out. No, they are big on bread. When I say they're healthy, they do have a lot of bread. And like, I haven't had any bread in weeks. I actually have lost 3 pounds in, about almost 2 months. I mean, that's not very much, but I haven't really been, I'm not dieting. I just I tweaked my diet a little bit and cut a couple things out, but I'm not really doing anything to lose weight. But that felt good. That my scale's going down a little bit. I think lightning got worse. I'm hearing people's places. Well, Bones, I mean, are these things happening more and more, or is it because everybody's got a phone on them now and we get videos of stuff? The bully chicken is called Eileen after the serial killer. That's funny. Ginger says Scotty is a magical unicorn with meteorite abilities and poofs, glitter and pops rainbows. It had to be done. All right, let's watch this.
It has been confirmed the object that went through the roof of a home in New Jersey is in fact from outer space.
CBS 2's Christine Sloan talked to a scientist about this rare find.
Came through here, hit the floor here because that's completely damaged. It ricocheted up to this part of the ceiling, and then finally coming down and resting just on the floor there.
Scientists say the rock that crashed into this New Jersey family's home is a 2.5-pound stony chondrite meteorite, and that it's as old as the beginning of the solar system.
We suspect that it likely came from the asteroid belt that's between Mars and Jupiter, which it's more or less leftover debris from the formation of our solar system. So if we were to date it, it would probably come in at about 4.5 billion years old. So it's just leftover stuff from when the solar system formed between Mars and Jupiter. And a piece of it made its way to Earth, which is pretty cool.
This geophysicist, part of the team that examined the meteorite at the College of New Jersey. She says there have only been 100 witness sightings of chondrite meteorites falling onto Earth.
Meteorites, they strike Earth, fairly frequently, but finding them is difficult. And so anytime we find one, you get another little piece of evidence to help us build a story about how the solar system formed.
The family also saying the meteorite was hot. Scientists say because it was probably smashing into other objects on its way down. The American Meteor Society also getting reports of flight streaks and loud noises 40 miles away in Union Township. This as the meteorite entered the Earth. The meteorite is off limits right now because scientists continue to examine it. We're told it's going to go back to the family and they can decide what to do with it. In Union Township, New Jersey, Christine Sloan, CBS 2 News.
That is just beyond comprehension.
I think somebody's trying to send us a signal.
That's flying
from out
saucer.
there.
Somebody up there?
No,
One of those?
I'm telling you.
How about the bounce, though? The thing went up to the
Tells
ceiling.
you how quickly it was
Right.
coming down.
Man.
By the way, the meteorite will be eventually named after the nearest postal address, which will likely be Titusville, New Jersey.
That is not the video that I thought I was showing y'all, but this has happened. This one just happened recently. And I thought, wow. I guess I just had them mixed up because I didn't realize this one was actually in Arkansas right here. That I had on here to watch. I meant to watch this one first. I'm not leaving. Why did it do that? Trying to get it up. I can't get it up. All right. Now this one has a little bit of humor in it to me because when they talk about how the fire got put out, it's crazy. I'm trying to get it set just right. Let's see right there. All right. It landed in my garden. It's my meteorite. Exactly. And it'd be named after me. I would name that sucker after myself. Okay. Let's see what they say here.
There is a Greenwood homeowner whose porch recently caught fire under very mysterious circumstances.
Did a meteorite burn the giant hole through their deck? That's what Chief Mineralogist Matt Standridge set out to discover tonight.
I'm spraying smoking.
A couple weekends ago, the Devane family in Greenwood woke up to a fire on their back deck.
It was like 3 a.m. and the house was full of smoke. So I ran around, got the girls up, and then I was searching the house. I even got up in the attic, like looking where's this smoke all coming from until we came out here.
They saw this massive hole with flames coming from the bottom of the deck.
It wasn't like big flames like you would think for that much wood being on fire, because the flames had popped this right here. And this was down, and like all the hot tub water went out and put out the fire before we even woke up.
Later that day,
Did you hear that? The hot tub melted and put out the fire. How crazy.
they called the White Bluff Rye Hill Fire Department, but even they couldn't figure out how it could have started. There are no electrical lines in this spot. The fire department tells us the fire appeared to have burned the deck from the bottom up. So how did this happen? Well, could there be an extraterrestrial explanation?
My friend Paul gives me this to do metal magnet fishing.
Right.
And I literally went like that and like that and like that, and it clicked, and like I got a bite, and there it was. You want to see it?
Yeah, we'd love to see it. Wow.
Not very big.
That picks up real fast.
Why would there be this kind of fire in a metal rock?
Right.
Could it have been a meteorite? Well, we may never officially know. We reached out to the USGS, and they said for a rock to be certified as a meteorite, it's at least a 1-year process, and it has to be approved by the governor. Covering the rocks where you live, I'm meteorologist Matt Standridge.
Well, I'm not sure our governor believes in dinosaurs, so she might not approve that.
And like you were just telling us off camera, there were no
Yeah.
thunderstorms that night either.
That water you heard was the hose. They were trying to hose it out, so it wasn't rain. There was no thunderstorm. weird to wake up around 3 a.m. with this.
So they're not going to be able to test this because of the lengthy process.
Yes.
And the governor's having to approve it.
Yes, and they have a backlog for several of these.
Sure.
Oh
And
my
so,
gosh.
yeah.
The governor needs to spend a day just approving
all
the
she needs to
rocks
do.
that people want to send out.
My
That's right.
goodness.
So I think
Still very interesting.
Very weird and interesting. I think they're going to replace that deck here real soon, and be all good.
Hopefully insurance covers that.
Yeah, I asked him, do you have
Exactly.
meteorite coverage? And he said, no, not really.
I mean, this just happened.
That story rocks.
Oh my
Thanks,
goodness.
Nat.
So we do have some rain chances to talk about here at home. And speaking of,
I'm not sure what day they said that happened, but I'm not sure what day they said that happened, but it happened recently. That news story was from 2 days ago. Hey, Charlottes. Sorry, of course there were dinosaurs. We have all the bones. Exactly. They're in museums and, they've dug them up. They've gotten all their bones and they've put them together and shown us exactly how they look. You hate lightning? Well, I mean, a meteorite, like, you've got no control over meteorites, and wishing one to hit somebody's not going to harm them, Granny, but some people really, they just get everything twisted. If you look at some of the people on YouTube, they just get things so twisted in their mind that they think they're right. And when somebody thinks that they're right and they're going against what everybody else believes or thinks or knows, you can't change their mind. Or a good food source. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would think they would be if you could actually get one. You know what I'm saying? Hey guys, if you haven't hit that like button, would you please do that for me? I appreciate it so much. And yes, they would say the bones were faked. Exactly. They would. I mean, you can't really intelligently say they're faked once you've seen them, which guess what? We're going on a field trip. Are y'all ready? Let's go. How about we go to the Smithsonian? We're going to the Smithsonian. And we are going to look at past exhibits. And we are going to the former fossil hall. The former fossil hall. And we are going to look at dinosaurs. You ready? Everybody ready? Are y'all ready to go? So you don't think going against the grain of society and questioning and standing on your beliefs is good? No, Flame. I don't have a problem with that. When we've got proof that something's real, when I was talking about people on YouTube, I'm talking about things that they think about when they're gossiping and they're saying things about other people, and everybody's like, that's not what happens. That's what I'm talking about. Not something like dinosaurs. Thank you, Betty. Not something like dinosaurs. Because we don't all know. You have to question things. And I'm a conspiracy theorist at times about some things, and I won't back down. But when you've got proof, no. Let me share this with y'all so y'all can see. I have been to the Smithsonian. There's all kinds of things you can see at the Smithsonian. When I was there, we saw Potsy from Happy Days. I don't remember his real name now, but we saw him in the train, the building where they have all the old trains in there. The Smithsonian is huge. It's in DC, and there's all these different buildings and all these different, it's not just like this one museum with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's like a bunch of different buildings with a lot of this and a lot of this and a lot of this and a lot of this. It's amazing. And I would love to go back there to there. But this little thing, and if y'all want to go to here, you can look around yourself. Yes, you always need to question things, Flame. Always. All right. Let's go. You can go in here and you take this little arrow and it takes you around these. Now this is a fossil. These are fossils that were dug up and put together. You can't, there's no denying that that's a real dinosaur. And maybe the person who asked if they believed in dinosaurs really just was being dumb or being silly. I don't know. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with asking questions. Or see, Bones doesn't believe in aliens, and I do. I 100% do. I wish I could see one. So you can go in here, you can click on this thing right here, and it'll show you all these pictures of it. Look at this. You can see that that's not like a piece of plastic that they put together. Yes, that's what we saw him, Potsy. And it was back during when the show was on. It was in the mid to late 70s. I'm just laughing hearing the governor try and push it on people after years of saying people were cray-cray for seeing them. Okay, so there's that. I guess that's just, you got like one. I got to go back. I guess I don't know how to go back and forth on this. Duh. All right, go back over here. Now we're going to go down here. We're going to go down this thing, and there's some fossils they dug up. That's a fossil. This whole thing was about fossils and dinosaurs and fossils. You can literally go in this museum and look at, all right, we got to go back to, let's go to Dinosaur 3. And let's see here. Let's look at this guy. So they've got it where you can look up close. They've got it behind glass. They don't want anybody touching it. You know, you're not allowed to touch things when you go to museums typically. And so your mother told you to question everything. Hey, Cassandra. Some people say it's a distraction, but I mean the only people distracted maybe are the believers. How you doing, Cassandra? Well, that gives me a new idea. Not only am I going to start a GoFundMe for s'mores party, but also for an alien search party. All right, Flame. Bring an alien. E.T. literally phone home. So, I mean, you can see these guys. They're big. They're big dinosaurs. They've dug up these bones, and you can go around and you can go in here, and I mean, it would take you days to go through these museums if you were really paying attention and looking for things, because we spent a couple of days at the Smithsonian and we didn't see a whole lot because it's quick. I mean, it's not quick. There's a lot to look at. I should have practiced more on getting around in here, but you can see this is going into early life before the dinosaurs. Life before the dinosaurs. So I wonder, did the dinosaurs evolve, or did I mean, I believe that we evolved. I believe in evolution, and I believe that we evolved from beings that weren't as, developed. We developed, changed over time. Cassandra, hey, Cassandra, yesterday we talked about you coming on my show. Would you email me about that, please? I know if I put a blanket around my pug's head, they can look like E.T. Yes. Flame says, when I was a kid, I believed in all of this stuff. Like I believe Frosty would come alive in my yard. That's true, Flame. I mean, I thought that by the time I reached adulthood, we would all be flying around in little flying cars like the Jetsons. And, then you got the Flintstones, Yabba Dabba Doo and all that. But yeah, and Frosty the Snowman and all those things. But, I totally believe in dinosaurs and I've seen them. I mean, we've seen them here. We've seen their bones dug up. Look at this. Somebody didn't just make this up to say, oh, these guys used to roam the earth. Rusty's got this one as a toy, and he's got a T-Rex as a toy. Look at those teeth. What if those teeth dug in you? They look like the bear teeth. And their feet. Like, you wouldn't want that thing coming after you because it would tear you a new one. Look at them. Thanks, Amber. Okay, Cassandra. Same as damn Santa. Yeah, if you're a child and you're listening, turn off your sound. I really thought Santa Claus was real. I can't imagine people flying around in cars that can. Well, Flame, they've got some flying cars coming out now. They do. I don't know how prevalent they're going to be, but they also have self-driving cars. So, all you got to do is go to the Smithsonian website here. This is called naturalhistory2.si.edu. Those were flown in a giant alien ship, right? Betty Damboot says, Bones, we have deer everywhere. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we've got a lot of deer here where I live. I see them when I go hiking a lot, or when I was going hiking a lot. So there's those Triceratops. I don't know that much about dinosaurs because it wasn't something like, how little kids, how your children are all into something. Well, I didn't have kids. So, what about the Easter Bunny? We all believed in those things when we were little. Well, we did if our parents told it to us. And so then people are supposed to be, people get angry if somebody questions the Bible and things that they've been taught when you're told the same truth about Santa and the tooth fairy that you're told about Jesus. Why would you not question that as a person coming up in the world? You would. Yabba dabba doo. See, this is why Fred Flintstone's mailman stopped delivering his mail. Dino ate him, right? Look at this. These bones they found. Bones. All these critters. The duckbills are distant cousins. Woo, that's a biggie right there. Woo, look at that. They had some kind of dinosaur exhibit at the Bill Clinton Library here in Little Rock, but I didn't go. It was more for kids, I think. I don't know if they were real bones. I don't think they were real bones. I think they were just, to kind of make them seem like that. Easter Bunny got shot in my woods when I was a kid. That's why I was told. Oh, no. That's sad. Look at that. Look at that head. It's bigger than a person. Do y'all believe that there were... Well, you have to believe in evolution to believe that there were people walking the earth with these critters, but I would think that people would be really good food for them. Although some of them ate plants. They're plant eaters, so they wouldn't eat people, but think about how big an elephant is, or a giraffe. Giraffes eat plants, so I love giraffes, but I don't know how I'd feel if I came upon one. Oh, and here's the flippers and fins in the footlights. Fish, prehistoric fish. I wonder how they get their bones, because you'd think they'd be at the bottom of the ocean. Ancient seas. So you can just take a tour through all of here if you're interested. Here's where they work on the fossils and put them together and make sure that they're not breaking anything or, replicas because the real ones are too fragile or, oh, they are. I don't know if these are, but I think they may have to put some of the pieces together. I don't know, but the Smithsonian, yeah, they're very, see, they got a fossil lab. Let's see what's through this door. I love going through here. It's fun. It's like you're there or were there. This isn't even open anymore. I guess that's all that one does. I keep going to the same place. Let's go to Dinosaur 6 and see what we got. Let's see. Big dinosaurs. Look at them. They're extinct. Duh. I don't know what these ones are called. I'm trying to see if I can see. Anyway. Truss. I don't know how to say all of them. We wouldn't be good food now for them if they eat us with, yeah, all the chemicals we got in us. Ginger says, well, they get the fish bones in like desserts because they used to be ocean or lake bottoms. In deserts. I said desserts. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. In deserts. Yeah, that's right, Ginger. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, that we used to have oceans that are no longer there. Like, you can dig them up. T-Rex coming at you. Roar. The earliest traces. We already looked at these. Let's go to Mammal 1. $55 to 37 million years ago, mammals flourish in a warm world. Mammals flourish in a warm world. It's hard to say. You are, Ginger? I don't know why. I mean, I'm making myself look dumber. But, I'm not too proud to admit that I'm not always the smartest crayon in the box. Sometimes I'm not. The first wave of reptilian diversity. Look at these little guys. Look at them. Look at them. Could you imagine as a dinosaur on caffeine? Oh, no. Or the devil's grass. No, that would be scary. Oh. These are early mammals. Mammal number 4. And then let's see the Ice Age. Oh, wow. These guys, look at all the bones they found. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So if anybody ever asks you if you believe in dinosaurs, just turn to them and say, do you believe in going to school? Really? Oh, look. These are the last American dinosaurs. I don't know why it's blocking part of that. So, so dinosaurs, tell me if I'm right or wrong, Ginger, they weren't just this one century of animals, but they also evolved. And what took them out was supposedly flooding or meteors or what took them out? I can't remember. Why is that on there? Oh, there. So let's go to the fossil. Oh, there's a Tyrannosaurus. Isn't that pretty? Don't you wish we could see them for real, like in a zoo? Flame says, no, I don't believe in dinosaurs and I don't want to meet one in person either. Okay, Flame, good for you. T-Rex should have eaten the devil's lettuce and been more chill, but it probably did eat it and got the munchies. Yeah, and then started eating people, right? So, let me put this link in the description and or make sure and put this link in the description so y'all can see it. And then y'all can go and look around for yourself and look at what you want to look at rather than me just clicking around. And that way you can get this info for yourself. This was just a funny take on something that somebody said, and everybody's been joking about it lately because, it just sounded silly. We all know that dinosaurs exist. Anyway, we're at right about in an hour, and I'm just going to let everybody go. I hope y'all enjoyed today's topics. We had several quickly, and I'm enjoying having you guys here and interacting with me. And so please hit the like button on your way out if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're watching and you're not already subscribed. And also, if you're watching the replay, let me know on the replay that you watched, and that way I know who's picking this up later. Thank you, Betty Damboot. Many different things took them out, but I tend to believe competition. Okay. After a massive meteorological event, millions years down the line, a new species will be here going, do you believe in humans? Yes, Bones. Yes. Y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all soon, and be good to yourself.